Hello YouTube fans and welcome to Retire in Lake Chapala. We provide you with all the information you need to make informed decisions about moving to Lake Chapala. You know, when making a decision to buy in Lake Chapala, there are many things you should consider, and there are ways to go about doing it that will make your buying process a happy and successful experience. So what are some great advice to follow when shopping for a home lakeside? Well, here are some common sense tips. First off, start researching online. Although watching YouTube videos and following Facebook pages is not the same as being here with feet on the ground and experiencing Lake Chapala in person, you can still learn a lot. So join channels and groups and start getting involved. Remember, the more you know, the less you don't know. Take the time during your research stage to reach out to several different realtors and make a choice as to who to start working with. Realtors are happy to meet with you online, and you can start interviewing realtors by Skype, WhatsApp, etc. Once you find one you like and who you trust, you can set up an appointment to do a communities tour and learn about the different areas and types of housing lakeside. If you don't hit it off with them during the tour, well, you can always change your mind and go with your second choice. Keep in mind that lakeside realtors are not licensed here, and therefore do your due diligence and choose a realtor beforehand by interviewing them via video calls and Google researching their names. Then hop a plane and take an exploratory visit to Lake Chapala. Think of it as a vacation, but ask yourself, can I see myself living here? Also consider renting a car and driving around yourself after the realtor's tour to explore on your own the areas covered in the tour and/or expand your search to outerlying areas. Check out the roads in the different neighborhoods. Are they paved or bricked or cobbled? Can you walk on them? How big are the potholes? And what is the nighttime lighting like? And of course, after all that work, don't forget to take some time out and enjoy the ambience of Lake Chapala by strolling on the different malecons, eating out at a few restaurants, and doing some shopping in the many boutique shops in Ahihik. Soak up the vibe and engage people in conversation. You'll learn a lot by talking to the locals. Once you find an area that you like and that you think you might want to live in, well, then take some time and sit and chill in the area, or take a walk through the area by foot. You'll be amazed at how much you'll discover by walking through a neighborhood. If you see people out and about, then talk to the neighbors. They live there and they know the neighborhood best. While looking at the different neighborhoods, think about some of your special needs, such as a good vet for your dogs or perhaps a doctor, Pilates instructor, pickleball courts, favorite markets or grocery stores, and other professional services. Think about where you'll be going most often. Are they near the neighborhoods you like, or are they located on the other side of town? If possible, make return visits and try to see the neighborhoods in all the seasons. What's great in February may be a giant mud hole in August during rainy season. After all this, you should have a good idea of where you want to rent, and renting first is always a good policy, even if it's only for a short period of time. But sometimes this is not possible because you're planning on bringing big dogs or cats to Mexico, and finding a rental for these pets might be close to impossible. Once you get serious about purchasing a home in Lake Chapala, then begin scouring chapalamls.net. It's the only site you need. It's your MLS listing, and contains up-to-date information on the status of all the properties. Forget about looking at individual realty websites. They're infrequently updated, and more often than not, the information is out of date. When looking at houses, keep in mind that owners tend to maintain their homes better than landlords, and custom-built homes are better than spec homes. As long as a home is not too old, most of the problems and issues with well-maintained older homes have usually been discovered and repaired, and you likely will not have too many surprises. Use technology available, such as Google Maps and its satellite view, to help you determine what's around the home that interests you. Also be careful when purchasing a home under probate. Probate invariably takes much longer than expected, and your closing date can be seriously held up. If you are contemplating buying a lot and building, well, then give serious consideration to the fact that construction in a foreign country where you know nothing about the construction methods, etc., can be very difficult. Michaela and I built a home here, and unless you're willing to spend more money and more time than you ever thought possible, don't do it. Nothing happens here on time, and nothing works the way you think it will, and you must be on site every day, all day, and know what it takes and know what to watch for. Quite frankly, it's an impossible task. It can take 2 years to complete a home, and unless you enjoy that sort of stress level, do yourself a favor and buy an existing home. When you're back home in the US or Canada, make every possible preparation for a permanent move. Now, this will include cleaning out all the clutter back home and deciding on what, if any, items you need to bring down to Mexico with you. So let's say you found a home, and after you and the vendor have agreed upon a price, well, then be sure to have the home inspected. Major structural, electrical, and plumbing issues can be cause for renegotiation of the contract. 10% down will be required to put the home under contract, and a notary public will direct and oversee the general aspects of the buy. Mexican notaries are appointed by the government to handle land ownership transactions and the collection of appropriate taxes. Hiring a lawyer is not needed or even recommended for these transactions. If purchasing as a couple, then be prepared to put both your names on the deed. This is important when it comes time to sell, as both you and your spouse can claim a capital gains exemption, reducing or eliminating tax. Note that exemptions can only be claimed with a temporary or permanent visa. Proof of residence via utility bills is a major importance in Mexico. So after the sale, put the electricity in one name and the landline or internet provider in the other person's name. These are just a few of the many tips I can give you about searching for and purchasing a home in Lake Chapala. And if you have questions, then let us know by contacting us through our website. I'll leave the information in the description below for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.